Awesome. Okay, so welcome everybody. Hi, I'm Dr. Amanda Kemp.
And I'm Miss Makeda.
And we are your co-hosts of Get Your Chocolate On. So this episode, which is called the Top 10 Love Songs, Artwork, Poetry, Movies, etc. on by Black authors and artists.
That's right.
So this episode is brought to you by Black Girl Magic, which is a spoken word, poetry, meditations, and spells album, which you can find. Makeda will put it in the chat for you.
It's in there if you go ahead and take a peek.
Oh, great. And I guess you'll put it in the Facebook.
Yes.
As soon as we get there.
I forgot. We have to keep an eye on Facebook.
We have to keep an eye on Facebook. So for all our Facebook folks, we're don't worry, we have not forgotten you. So let me just tell you why I wanted to focus on love. Obviously, we're coming up on Valentine's Day. We're in Black History Month, February. And to me, it's always a good time to talk about love and to cultivate love, especially when we're living with a lot of fear, from the pandemic, or if you are living with some anger or some sadness, given, the state of politics, the level at which, the health crisis is disproportionately affecting people of color. We need to consciously cultivate love so that, because if we don't consciously cultivate love, the negative emphasis that's already inherent in the mind will go towards that which disturbs, disrupts, makes us sad, pulls our frequency or our vibration down. So that's one of the things that we can do, that you can consciously cultivate love. And so that's why I issued that self-love challenge in the email I sent out when I said, I dare you to write a love letter to yourself, because it is so counterintuitive to authentically love yourself.
I tried, after I read your email.
Good.
I did try to write a love letter to myself, and that's exactly what I noticed.
What?
That's what I was going to bring up. It felt very counterintuitive in so many ways. At first, I tried to make it sappy, kind of like someone was writing it for me. Like I didn't know who that was, but it was me. And that just felt, I just couldn't do it. I was like, this seems so, again, indulgent.
Yeah.
Very indulgent in yourself, and like taking that time to put yourself on a pedestal. Why does that feel so counterintuitive? I mean, I know why, but dang, I wish it didn't.
Well, how far did you get when you said you tried? Like, how many sentences did you write?
Maybe like 2 or 3. Like, as
Good.
I had started writing, I already kind of slowed my roll. Let me tell you, I started with Dearest Makeda.
Okay,
so
good.
In my brain, automatically, it was kind of like, wow, you really took it there.
Yes, take it there.
Don't be scared to take it there. That's what I have to finish it.
You do.
I do have
well,
to
you don't
finish it.
have to, but
I would like to.
Good, because I know you're going to be taking on some big challenges in the next few weeks.
It's true.
And so taking care of yourself, that's one of the things about really being a woman, is when you take responsibility for your pleasure, when you take responsibility for loving yourself, feeling special, who you let in your space.
What self-care regimens you do. One, for me, I've noticed I've been taking a lot of baths recently, and I stopped and I said to myself, you've been taking a lot of baths. Maybe you should just relax. And then I was like, no, baths, they make me happy. They relax me. It's not hard to set it up. It's like the perfect combination,
100%.
And it's just like, why would I block my blessing? Why would I even say that to myself?
Yes.
Why would I be like, you're taking a lot of baths? Maybe don't.
Right.
I like it.
That is such, I'm annoyed by the view of the, thank you. Yeah, I'm 100% with you. Something inside of us. I think Augusto Boal, who's a theater of press, originator, he called it cop in the head. There's somebody inside of our head who is representing the system that wants to keep the status quo going. So whenever we do something counter to it, the resistance rises within us to say,
I
no, 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 too
know.
many baths. What do you mean, dearest Makeda?
I know. What that we should kind of, I don't know, maybe we should celebrate that resistance, because if it's coming, that means you're on the breakthrough of something, right? You know?
Yes, that is a good point. I like that take on it.
I'm trying to make everything positive
No, but it's really
recently.
true. If
It,
there's resistance is there, it's resisting something and you're on the right track.
you're right.
So,
Change is on the way.
yes, 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 yes.
I love that.
So, we want to hear from you. So, what do
Yeah.
you think about are you picking up what we're putting down about, self-love and writing that letter to yourself? Did anybody else try it? Let's hear something in the chat or in the comments on Facebook, Makeda. If anybody's writing anything, we'd love to hear what you have to
Well,
say.
Vanessa's commenting that she notices it's so much easier to put others on a pedestal because we are trained to do so.
Yes, it's true to look outside of ourselves constantly.
And it's interesting because it's like, what's the difference between others and us? It's looking at that perspective. What makes it different?
What does
You
make it different?
where you deserve less because you know your whole self or something. I don't know.
You know what struck me last week when I said straight from my heart? I think it was last week. And I said, here's what I would say to my 6-year-old self: you are gold. You are gold. And I've thought about that in this last, few days. Like at 54, that's what I want to say to you. And I'm still the 6-year-old girl. I'm still gold. You know what I mean? So I guess I just want to say out loud, um, I don't know, fake it till you make it, but you really are gold. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. It's
You,
again, that resistance that comes up when you say, or when you try to feel that you are indeed gold. What is that?
yeah. She says, Annabeth is saying, this seems similar to how it's difficult to simply accept it when someone gives you a compliment.
I know.
Yeah.
Someone told me one time, they're just like, Makeda, just say thank you.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Yeah. One thing I've noticed about myself is I tend to just speak and speak and speak just when I don't know what to do. I'm trying to like talk and fill it up.
Mm.
I'm like, why don't we just bring it in and kind of let all your words mean something? That's one thing I think I've really been trying to do this month in February. I want to make sure everything I'm saying is
Let all your words mean something.
means something. I'm kind of just a talker, so I'm trying to pull back on that because I know it makes people listen to you less
when you chat a lot. Yeah. Well, I could definitely go there because yes, trust your words is what Annabeth is saying. But and I love what Fran said earlier about The Greatest Love of All, one of my favorite songs. And we are going to get to our top 10. So shout out Fran. The Greatest Love of All. That is an awesome, awesome song. And of course, the line is learning to love yourself. Makeda, are you laughing at me? It's the greatest love of all. Okay. Whitney Houston and me, baby. So
you go way back.
We go way back. Well, we go back to my elementary school graduation.
That is kind of way back. That's deep.
My goodness. Yes, I know the girl who sang that too. And everybody was singing it. Everybody I went in public school, we were singing that song at graduations. It's true. And there was always a black girl up there singing it. And everybody would be like, yeah, yeah, yeah. But you know what? We're all singing it, but were we practicing it?
Well,
that's deep.
Amanda, there are the questions.
I know. I don't think we were practicing it. I mean, I think that the adults were like trying to give us Black history and whatnot. Because they were adults we were living in predominantly Black spaces. And thank God they were like, yeah, we got to make sure there's Black history up in here. And we got to make sure our kids love Black people. But really loving yourself? I don't know. No, we were still like, you getting 2 messages.
Yeah.
Love Black people. And then the other messages, but don't love yourself too much. Like what you said about dearest Makeda. Okay. Are you really?
Yeah.
I mean, I think we got that message too.
Well, it's really tricky because of the way of, I don't know, racism just trickles down. It's hard. You can go so far and then you hit a wall, kind of. That's how it goes, one way or another. I think that's
Yeah.
really unfortunate, but I feel like we were never really taught self-love in school at all.
Yeah. I know it's kind of counter capitalism.
That's
It
a good way
is,
to
because
look
if you
at
love
it.
yourself, then maybe you won't buy so many products.
I mean,
You
that's a
know,
big
if
point.
you love yourself, you'd be like, yeah, well, this job is good, but I love myself, so I need to go take a bath. I can't be staying here late every day.
That's right. That's right. We were definitely taught to love money more than to love ourselves in school. That's for sure.
Oh,
That's for
wow.
sure.
Hey, wow. I hadn't really thought about that. We're taught to love money more than ourselves. Wow. Okay. Okay.
Incidentally, I was just wondering, why are most people's microphones off? Do they not want to be heard?
I don't know who said that, but this is a show, so we're supposed to actually mute everybody. So thank you for letting us
Okay.
know. We'll go ahead and mute everybody, Makeda.
Okay, because this is the first time I'm doing this, so I was
Okay,
just
we're gonna
wondering.
mute everybody, and then we're gonna. So one of the things that we're finding, and this is like a little behind the scenes thing, is that we are at a new location today.
It's true.
We, instead of being at home with the dogs and construction and I don't know, my husband playing the violin and all kinds of random stuff happening.
Yeah.
We're at a dedicated space where we have some professional lighting.
Can you tell? Maybe not.
And so just we're going to be, doing a few new things, including, here on Zoom. So we're glad you all came. We're glad you're on Zoom. Glad you're on Facebook if that's what you like. Pretty soon we'll be on YouTube live too, in case that's where people want to go and like that. So whoever said that, you're awesome. Thanks for letting us know that you were having that question.
Oh, hi, Peggy. Peggy says, I was brave to start the love letter. My head cop said, yeah, not doing that. The head cop. Wow, that's a real person. But a super exercise to challenge myself. Thank you for the invitation.
Yes.
It's a good challenge. It really is. And even just trying exposes things. And that's the point. Just find out what's underneath all that. It's so interesting. I think about like when your therapist asks you, how are you? And your first instinct is just like, oh, fine. Overall, my leg's not cut off. Nothing is profusely bleeding. But it's like, no, what really is it? It's so easy to pretend that you're fine. I feel like, and sometimes I play with myself and then I catch myself like, you know better. It's tricky out there.
I do.
It's tricky out there.
It's tricky in here. It's tricky in here. I mean, honestly, you know how you get taught to drive a car, hopefully, and the person who teaches you tries to really tell you this car is dangerous. You want to be alert. You want to take it seriously. We teach you how to use the machinery before you go out there and use it.
That's so true.
But with our minds, it's like we have this machinery, and I just feel like it's not part of the general education. Like, how do you use this thing? Because for me, it's the deep you needs to be the master of the mind.
Yeah.
And not whatever your mind says, you'd be like, oh yeah, let me go there. Oh yeah, let me go there.
What was it? I mean, I feel like we quote Muji a lot on this show, but one thing Muji said, it's not about what the mind thinks, it's whether or not you believe it. And that is so powerful.
Yeah.
It automatically removes you from your brain. I went so long in my life not knowing that I was not my thoughts.
Yes.
It's so crazy. And someone can bring up that idea and it feels so radical at first. It's like, what?
Right.
But who is this? Because I've just been thinking,
Right.
But yeah, it's true. You're not
your thoughts.
And when you notice that, you start to see you have different characters in your head. There's cop, there's head cop. There's anxiety, little girl in the back seat whispering to the front seat driver all the time. There's, I don't know who's in the passenger seat. It changes regularly.
Yeah. But
again,
who's in the driver's seat? We want to be deep, wise, loving,
and able to
Makeda
ignore.
in the driver's seat.
Yes.
Who's able to say, okay, yeah, so-and-so's having a little fit. Let's go take a nap.
Yes.
Okay, so I did want to get to our top 10.
I know, me too.
Because
I'm
I know
really
people
excited.
are probably thinking, ooh, what's the top 10? What's the top 10?
And we both got 10, so that's 20. So we're gonna
move
quick.
I actually have to admit, I don't have 10.
Okay,
I
good.
had 5.
That's good.
Because I was super busy.
You're a working woman. I'm not. So
okay, good. I'm sure you have more than enough for both of us.
That's right, I do. So number one, because this is quick and you know it and you can look it up really easily. if you want
Makeda, what's your number
to.
one?
This little bootlicking. It's Dear Mama by Tupac.
Oh.
And it's a song, and it's a love song for his mother. And it is
Mm.
just so kind and understanding. And I believe we mentioned it when we talked about Tupac's book very early on in the show, like a few months ago. But I love that song. He's just singing. He's coming from a place of understanding, which is a new aspect on a love song.
Even when you were a crack fiend,
Fiend.
mama, you always were a black queen, mama.
That is just bold to say, first
That
of all.
is.
And what
I
what's
never
the
heard those two
chorus?
things put together.
Never never.
Even though you're crack queen, crack fiend, mama, you always were a black queen. I mean, usually we're so judgmental. We're like, oh, if you're a crack fiend, you can't be a black queen.
there's no potential,
Right.
right? And it's
Right.
like it's I don't know. He just breaks boundaries when he says it.
It
know?
was. And he talked about his mom and working all day and coming home and trying to put something hot in front of them.
And then the chorus line that he always returns to is "You are appreciated." And he just says it too. He goes, "You are appreciated,"
Appreciated.
and then the beat goes on, and
Right.
it's just like, wow, Pac, that's really powerful. It's really, really beautiful to see
Yeah.
a black man show so much appreciation and understanding
Right.
for his mother.
Right.
'Cause it's one
Without
thing-
making her perfect.
Yes, that's
That was
right.
deep, because he did tell us about how hard she had it and how hard she was on him. And no, it's definitely not an idealized picture of his mother.
No, but it's still beautiful,
It is beautiful. And he says, as you said, you're appreciated.
and I find that
Yeah.
very special.
Right. I mean, wouldn't it be great? Isn't it great to be appreciated even though you're not perfect?
I wish I feel like I never receive appreciation when I'm not trying to be perfect.
I sent you a text. I did. I was going to bed and I was thinking about you and your brother, and I was like, they're so great. Do you remember that?
Yes. Okay, that was one day.
I'm just saying, but
No,
maybe your
Mom.
brain's not recognizing when you get the appreciation.
That's very likely. Honestly.
I think about you a lot, and
But
I appreciate you.
I think when you have a close relationship with your mother, a mother's appreciation is a bit different.
See,
I
that's
know.
copping ahead.
Well, that's how it feels. It's just true. I just know that your biology
Mhm.
favors me, you know? So in that sense, I can't necessarily
Cop.
I know,
Cop.
but I'm just telling you that's how I feel. It feels like, okay, take that with a grain of salt because that's your mother. She birthed you, and she
That's
she
how
would
you
love
feel.
you.
That's
if you
what
were
your
an-
brain is telling
if
you.
I was an aunt, you would love me. You'd be like, "That's my beautiful aunt daughter."
Isn't that great?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if it's good. I don't know if it's bad.
Okay, I want to hear
that's
some
how it
shout
feels.
outs here on Facebook, on wherever you are. You want to hear? I want you to shout out. Isn't it? It doesn't matter who it is. Isn't it great that somebody loves you like that, whether they're biological or not? Shouldn't you take it as 100% for real and wonderful?
Yeah. Well, thank you. Anyways, for
You're
my compliment.
welcome.
I appreciate that.
Yes. And I just want to, my mom wasn't perfect either. I mean, whose mother is? Nobody's mom is perfect, but my mom was a little bit more the Tupac mom range. I just want to say my mom also suffered from addiction. And one of the things that happened, she, before she died, we reunited. And I was in a 12-step meeting and I said out loud, you know what? My mother does love me unconditionally. I was like, wow. And this is after me 25 years of not having seen my mom, or whatever, a lot of years. I was and I realized it. I think that woman loves me, even though she hadn't seen me this long time. I mean, I really felt it was real.
Yeah.
And you know what? I remember this white guy in the meeting, he actually started crying when he was talking to me about it afterwards, because he was like, his mother was still alive and she had raised him, and he felt like she didn't love him unconditionally. He's like, so that's why I say, even though I birthed you,
Yeah.
it's nothing to
always
be
a
taken for
choice.
granted,
Okay,
because a lot of
yeah.
people don't know how to love unconditionally because they have so many wounds. But my mother, by the time I met her again, she had done so much healing that she could love me unconditionally. So much, in fact, that I could feel it, that I knew it, not that she just said it.
That's That's amazing.
That is amazing. That truly is amazing.
Are we both gonna cry?
No.
Okay, just
I'm not gonna
me,
cry
I
because I
guess.
just feel like, even though you were crack fiend, mama, you're always okay.
I'm not gonna cry.
When I first heard that song, I had never heard that before. When he talked about his mom, seeing him, going to visit him in jail and reaching through a screen to touch him. You know, you're right. That is
It's moving.
I'm 100% with you.
It's
Wow,
really
that you put that
moving.
as your top one.
Yeah, because it's the best type of love song. Yeah.
Annabeth says she feels like she's in that man's position. The guy who didn't feel the unconditional love from his mother.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's an epidemic because people are hurting and then they just can't love the way maybe they weren't loved.
I know, and it's hurt.
My
people
mother
hurt
loved me, and by the
people.
time you came along, I could give you that.
How many? I mean, it's
Okay,
her gift
shout
to
out.
all of us.
Shout out.
The gift that keeps on giving. Love is the gift that keeps
on giving. Shout out.
We need to get that, painted on a wall or something.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, me too.
But I love
Okay,
love.
what's
I
next
love
on
what
the
love
list?
does to people. Okay. Oh, well, okay. So there's a song called She's Mine by J. Cole. And this is a newer song. You can listen to it or not. It's 2 parts. She's Mine. That's what it's called. Part 1 is for his wife, the mother of his child. And part 2 is for his baby. And they're both his, she's mine. And it's just, it's so beautiful. In the second one, you hear like his baby crying before he starts rapping. That's always, it's always a heart tugger. It pulls at the strings. So
J. Cole, that's like J. Cole.
J. Cole, She's Mine, part 1 and part 2.
All right.
Both very moving.
Sounds good.
Okay. I wanted to move down. So River by Leon Bridges. So River, I feel like you probably heard it.
Take me to the river.
Take me to the river. I wanna go. It's really good. And I wasn't sure. I realized I had to look up the lyrics to make sure it was a love song because it hits me. I feel love for it, but because it sounds like a real spiritual to me. I know when I heard it, I definitely felt like, have I not heard this song before? It was real deja vu moment. I'm like, I thought I already knew this song,
Yeah.
So, and I've listened to some of Leon Bridges' other stuff, and he's an old soul. He writes music like he is from a different decade, certainly. So if you like old soul music, some of that nice guitar sitting on the dock of the bay kind of sound, that's Leon Bridges' River. Really beautiful.
So beautiful.
It's really nice. Now I want to show them one of your favorites.
Oh, good. So that was 3 from Makeda. Yes. So now she's gonna, I gave her some links, I think. So are you gonna do music or the art right now?
I was gonna do Mr. Thunderstorm, the Music Man.
Okay, then make sure you optimize it. If you're gonna share the video, yeah.
Oh, okay. I have to redo it because I changed the link.
Okay, make sure you optimize.
All right, here you guys go. So we shared one of Thunderstorm's songs last week, and this is another one.
This is with him and his brother. Go ahead and play it.
They're very talented.
We love them.
Living out of all the face, scared to find, breathing deep inside that I can go my own.
Let us know if you can hear.
Say the grass has been
I
around.
need to turn the volume because it's.
But surely feeds you lies is the key. What the one deep inside your heart and mind.
Yeah. Okay. Pause.
Take a look, show me what you're going through.
Okay, go back. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So we were trying to share a song by Thunderstorm Artis and his brother Ron Artis, and that's spelled Artis. So and it's called An Angel, and it's really good. We have a microphone here, and we have the computer mic. So I think we have to pick the correct mic for the sound
to you guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you so you could try it again because I actually have a couple. I think you should hear these clips. So
oh my God.
I do. So if you want to screen share, so we're going to try it again And
Well, should I change the mic first?
go to advanced. Let's just hear the sound, music, computer sound only, exactly. And then, yep. Okay, and then if you hit play.
I'm gonna run it back.
What to do, what to say.
Okay.
Looking out,
Fine.
living out so unafraid. Scared to find, breathing deep inside that I
Please
can
know
go
if you
my
can hear it.
Hey, people say the grass is greener on the other side, but I know the world will surely feed you lies. It's
Is
the
that song by
key. What do I give inside
Let
your
us
heart?
know in the chat.
Take a look,
I think
show me what
because
you got.
got to make sure the correct mic is being listened to. Yeah, built-in microphone. That's the one we want.
Don't get trapped and try to be the world they're putting you down. Cause I can always listen when you're thinking from the heart and soul. I know that it's always hard, it is to go beyond their control. But just like you did, stuff that I remember, I give up sunset for what to get back home.
That is cool. All right. So I think you guys got that drift.
They're good. I like them.
So we love them.
Two talented.
Oh, Peggy says
boys.
she's not hearing it.
That's fine. I'll just put the link in the chat if folks want to check it out.
Yeah.
It's really good. And if you want to support two Black artists who aren't getting, I don't think, the credit they deserve.
Oh, they're totally not.
then
Okay.
go ahead and check them out.
So that was Thunderstorm Artiste. He was on The Voice.
Yes.
That's how he kind of broke through. Okay. So great. All right.
All right.
You know, this is the problem. We're trying new technology, and we're definitely going to hire someone to do tech for us because I really wanted you to hear that song. Okay.
She's mad, y'all.
I am mad about that.
Okay. My next song, I think a lot of people know. Or do you want to go?
Oh, why don't we do 3 for me and 3?
Okay.
And can people still hear us now? Because I think we switched to the computer.
Oh, yeah. They should be able to hear us, but I'll put it on a better microphone for folks.
Okay.
All right. All right, go ahead.
Okay. So, yeah. So next on my list in terms of, I'm going to pick, instead of another song, I'm going to share my favorite poems. And my favorite book of poetry is called Horses Make a Landscape More Beautiful by Alice Walker. Horses Make a Landscape More Beautiful.
That's a good title.
By Alice Walker. It is a great title. It's a great book of poetry. And I wanted to, oh, where's my laptop? Because I wanted to share a little, clip from it here with you, a quote from the poem. Let me see. Here it is. Okay. So Alice Walker, she says in this book, she says, surely the earth can be saved. Surely the earth can be saved by all the people who insist on love.
Insist, keyword.
Yes. And here we are talking about love, right? And love for the planet, love for trees, love for rocks and mountains and oceans, and of course, for people too. And then another thing she says in here is, this is a little bit of a longer quote. She says, if this were a courageous country, it would ask Gloria to lead it, since she is sane and funny and beautiful and smart. And the national leaders we've had are not. When I listen to her talk about women's rights, children's rights, men's rights, I think of the long line of Americans who should have been president, but were not.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine Crazy Horse as president, Sojourner Truth, John Brown, Harriet Tubman, Black Elk or Geronimo. Imagine President Martin Luther King confronting the youthful Oppie Oppenheimer. Imagine President Malcolm X going after the Klan. Imagine President Stevie Wonder dealing with the truly needy. Imagine President Shirley Chisholm, Ron Dellums, or Sweet Honey in the Rock dealing with anything. It is imagining us. It is imagining to make us weep with frustration as we languish under real estate dealers, hello, killers, and bad actors. And this is, by the way, this was published, I think, in 1984-ish.
Just about to
So
ask
this was
you.
pre-Trump. This was like
how weird.
40 years before the real estate dude came on the market. So that was one of my favorites.
That was really good. I like that poem a lot.
Yeah. I just what is the name of the poet? Alice Walker, and the collection is called Horses Make a Landscape More Beautiful.
Yeah, horses make a landscape, which is true again. But wow, I could tell it was a little old because of the name she was mentioning, but then I didn't know she was reminiscing to previous times.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think she brings a great point. We treat, this country like a gem, but then it's like, who are we putting in charge of the gem? What does that really say in the first place?
Yeah.
It makes you wonder a lot. I've also been thinking about, we have a lot of love songs, not a ton of war songs, not that I can think of, right?
Maybe the Star Spangled Banner. I think that is a war song, right?
A war song. When you put it like that, yeah, I guess it is.
Say again,
But when I think about it like that, I'm like, wow, but still, I feel like very outnumbered. But maybe that's not true.
Well,
I think
love songs do sell.
Yeah, I know they sell very well, but love is also something that we're taught at a young age in interesting ways, nonetheless.
Yes, true.
But I mean, a lot of the love songs that sell are like the loves that we're taught about.
Right. And it's outside of ourselves, except for the Whitney one. But then again, there wasn't much around us to reinforce learning to love ourselves.
That's right.
Okay, so that was my second one.
Yes.
And then for my third piece, I wonder if we could share the art.
Yes.
So this is a piece of art
Let me pull it up.
by Makita. Her name is Makita Ashok, and she is an artist of African American and Indian heritage, Indian as in from East India. And she has her work is on display in Baltimore. And this is from a catalog of her work. And the piece that I really loved is on the right-hand side, and it's called Gather. Makita's mother, who recently passed away, is someone who I love and who I consider a mentor. And so her recent show focused a lot on her mom, Sonia Ahuja. And I just wanted to share Makita's work. So the piece on the right is called Gather, and the piece on the left is called, I think it's called Determine. Yeah.
These are really nice. What do you know what kind of is this paint? Or it kind of looks like that scratch, where you paint and then you kind of scratch with a toothpick. Is that what it does? Do you know?
I don't know the media.
Okay.
No.
It's just interesting.
It says oil on.
Oh yeah. Polyester drafting film.
Yeah. I don't really know what polyester drafting film would be.
Artists,
I'm telling you, it's some kind of, it's good for you to have picked up on that thing about the toothpick. It sort of gives it this three-dimensionality.
What is this piece, Gather? So I see someone reaching into someone's heart. Someone holding on. And someone in the back.
Yeah. I haven't talked to Makita about this. But I guess what I like is it's like collective women gathering together. I kind of felt like it was holding each other up.
Oh, okay. I can see that.
Maybe it's gathering in the pieces of ourselves,
Who knows? It's great though.
Yeah.
It's a great piece.
Yeah. So shout out to Makita. Makita, if you want to look her up, is spelled Mequitta. Mequitta.
Mequitta.
Yes.
Wow. Cool spelling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. As a jazz singer, Billie Holiday wrote a song I crave to sing. I'm pulling through. I met the best peeps from jazz.
Thanks for sharing that, Barbara.
And
Pulling
Peggy-
through.
And Peggy says, imagine Amanda Gorman as president.
Exactly.
When you
That
were
would be
reading
fun.
it, I thought of Amanda and AOC. I was like,
Yeah,
that is what I picture. I
we
guess.
do. We do. So one of the things I said to people is that as we were going through our list of top 10s, that we would talk about crushes and friend crushes. So, and you mentioned AOC, and I think it's safe to say we both have a crush on AOC. I don't know. What do you think is like what is a crush these days?
Oh man, I could tell you all about it.
Tell us, what is a crush?
It's lighthearted at this point. I don't
Yeah.
know. A crush used to, for me, it's like a fun fixation, something you can fixate on, but not something. Again, take it with a grain of salt.
Yes.
Because one thing I've learned throughout my few 19 years is things are shiny, but that does not mean they're valuable.
Yeah. Ooh, things are shiny, but that does not mean that they're valuable.
That's for the book. That's
Okay.
For the book. I've definitely had people that I was like, wow, I wish I would have just not talked to you and just stayed crushing on you from afar. We had such a better relationship, you know?
That is so funny.
But I think a real crush, like someone that either a friend crush, meaning someone you desire to be friends with, or a friend that you have a crush on, that is a different type of crush. That's that's love, honestly, in my opinion. Because it comes from admiration. I guess crushes do too. But I think when you know somebody like that inside and out, or you desire to, that's a really nice feeling. No, I've always been a crushy girl. I was always just a person who looked for crushes. Were you like that when you were younger?
Well, I went to an all-girls high school, so I'm
I
just
don't
thinking.
even know why I asked.
Well, I'm just saying. Well, when I was in elementary and middle school, yeah, I had crushes. But I'm thinking about when I was in high school.
I think you told me all the girls used to crush on the mailman. Whenever he would
my
come
God,
by.
you're right.
I loved that because that would definitely be me too.
Oh my God, you're right. I did tell you that, and we did have this thing about we would be. I don't know. We would. The word would get around. Man on campus. Man on campus. Everybody be running to windows. Where? And not everybody on that campus was interested in men in terms of girl students.
Yeah.
So there were definitely girls and girls. But there was just definitely something very fun about, unknown. And I think part of the thing about a crush that you were speaking to earlier is that it's a projection.
Yeah.
It's such a huge projection. Like I remember I was dancing, I was at this event, it was the party after the conference was over. So everybody there was in a certain mindset anyway. And I was dancing in some Bob Marley with this guy. Wow, we were really getting down. I think it might have been Chicago. It was some other city. I don't know. Maybe it was, Florida. It was some big. And I'm like, oh, I'm liking this guy. We're going song after song. We're really we're right in there. I was like, whoa. And then he left to go to the bathroom. He came back in. And I think I said, what's your name? Right. And he said, Fred. And I was like, oh, how did you know? As soon as I heard Fred, I was like, no future here. No future here.
What the hell?
Because vibrationally, I just can't get on board with Fred. I really can't get on board with George.
Oh, I am that way about Gilbert. It will just never happen. Gilbert, Jeremy, Seth. Those, I really feel strongly about Seth. I will just
never.
It's something about that word, the way it falls flat.
The word Seth?
Yeah.
No offense.
No offense
to all of you Seth people
we can
out there.
Absolutely be friends.
We can and we shall. Did you pin a sister?
I don't know.
I don't think you did. Oh my
Sorry.
gosh. Wait, are we
Oh,
pinned?
I did. Look at that.
But on Facebook, somebody else was showing. So that's why I'm saying maybe we're not pinned.
Oh, I forgot we're going to Facebook. Sorry, guys.
Okay, anyway, so yeah, crushes and projections. And projections can be fun as long as we know they're projections.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
As long as we don't get, and that's when you said about shiny things, everything shiny ain't valuable. You know, that's a real piece of wisdom there. And every
really
crush is not
is.
about someone else. It's actually about you.
It's very true. And
Yeah.
I had asked myself, why am I always looking for a crush? And I also
Yeah.
had to accept part of it was boredom.
Yes.
When girls get bored, they look around.
Where can I have a crush?
Who's here? Who's there? What's going on? But either way, I don't think in romantic crushes, I'm not much of a go-getter. But in a friendship crush, I'm very assertive.
Oh, tell us more.
You know, I'm not
I just wanna know.
I'm not an assertive person, but with friend, I'm like, I need to be your friend. And like it's kind of, I guess I kind of get how guys feel. And it's like, well, I can't let this one go. You know, but it's just I need more friends. Like I can't let this person go who would be a perfectly good friend. I have to shoot my shot, you know. Like my best friend of 5 or 6 years now, Maya, I had a friend crush on her and I saw her. I knew that was going to be my best friend. So you know what I did? I asked her for a piggyback ride. We were in 9th grade and it worked. We've been friends ever since.
Oh,
I know, right?
that's good.
It's weird.
That's a good story. You shoot your shot. When you want to be friends with someone, shoot your shot.
You have to shoot your shot. And most people like that, I think. It's like, especially in a friendship way. Like,
Yes.
oh, you want to get to know me? Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, it worked out well. I tend to have an inkling of who I'm going to get along with and who I'm not. So I like to figure it out early on, just in case I'm wrong. Then you can kind of move backwards. But I want to share another song.
Good.
One of my love songs that
Oh, good.
I think a lot of people know, by the Beach Boys, God Only Knows. I really, really like that song. And John
God
Legend.
only knows how
That's-
much I love you.
No,
Okay, tell us how does it go again?
God only knows what I'd be without you.
Oh, good.
And I love that even more.
God only knows. How does it go?
God only knows what I'd be without you. And then so John
That's a beautiful
Legend
one.
and Cynthia Irvio, you can just look up John Legend, God Only Knows, it'll pop up. They did a remix of it.
Oh, really?
And it's like a slow piano composition with some orchestra in the background.
Oh, really?
I never played it for you.
No.
It's really moving.
Oh, I'm so frustrated we can't share on this.
But I have to tell you that line, God only knows what I'd be without you. I feel like you can apply it to almost everyone in your life if you want to. You know, I think about it, you, my brother, my father, me and my dad, we both really enjoy that song. So I like to think that's our song.
I wish you guys could play it together. You'd be so cute.
God.
They would be so
I
cute.
think I don't know why that just mortified me. Like the idea of being on stage with a family member.
You're on
Well, I'm
stage
doing
with
it right
me.
now. But it's different when you're singing, I guess.
It is different when you're
But
singing.
I like to think that I made him softer. So when he listens to that song, he thinks about where he'd be without me.
Oh, I'm sure he does. I think they would be a great duet. If you think they should do a duet, you should like put something in the chat.
No,
I don't know.
It's
That will
not
never
gonna
influence them, actually.
We're both very
They're both
private
very
people.
similar.
Yeah.
They need an expert to come in there to shake them up. All right. So
That's
what's next
right.
on your list?
Well, this is not a Black artist.
Uh-oh. Go ahead.
Sam Smith.
Oh my
the
gosh.
legend
We
of
love
love
Sam
songs.
Smith.
He is a love song legend.
He's well loved by many Black people.
This song also has John Legend in the remix.
Oh, I love. Okay, which one is it?
It's called Lay Me Down.
Oh my God.
And the chorus is just, can I lay by your side
Can
next to
I lay by your side?
you? Next to you.
You.
It's just so beautiful.
You.
Then they repeat and say, make sure you're all right.
Make sure you're all right.
I'll take care of you. And it's just, oh my God.
I'll take care of you.
I mean, Sam Smith is gay, so I couldn't take it too personal.
Tonight.
But I love hearing songs where like men are vulnerable and they want to, they're like, let me be your rock.
Oh.
I love that. And it makes me, I don't know. I like hearing men be vulnerable. I think that's why I have a lot of love songs on my phone that are male written, especially, but a lot of love songs in general. I really love that vulnerability. I think in music, it adds so much more to the song. It makes you feel their love. It's just such a lovely combination. Whoever wrote the first love song, kudos to you. I would love to hear it. Can you imagine? It's probably a poem first, and then maybe they just put a little beat behind it. Okay, another one I have is a poem. We watched this movie together.
Okay.
I don't know what it's called.
What?
So it's called, this poem is called A Blues for Nina. Yes, what is that movie?
Ooh.
It's about a black poet
Oh,
and his black love interest, who's a
yes.
writer. Maybe
Is it Nia Peoples is in
Nia
that?
Long.
Is that Nia Long?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think
And it was
so.
Lorenz Tate or somebody
I
like
don't
that.
know who the male actor was.
Oh my God, we're so bad at this.
I'm gonna look up what
she's gonna
movie it's from.
she's gonna Google it real quick, but I know what you're talking about. Oh yeah, it was beautiful.
It moved me. I might. Oh, Love Jones. It's called Love Jones.
Yeah, there's a lot of pretty black people in that movie.
Yes, there is a lot of pretty black people in the movie. Oh, it's called Brother to the Night, a blues for
Ooh.
Nina.
Oh,
And he reads it just like that.
Brother to the Night.
I'll just say the first line is,
Tell us.
which I thought was bold. He was saying this on the stage. He said, "Say, baby, can I be your slave?"
Ooh.
As a black man to ask a black woman that is just very bold, interesting.
Oh yeah,
We don't know
a lot
where
of
he-
ramifications on that line. You're right. That is a very audacious beginning. Because now,
right.
you're right. Now I want to know what you mean.
That's
You're right.
right.
It does pull me in. That's interesting.
right. So I'll just take you another line that's
Okay.
great. Now, do they call you daughter to the spinning pulsar, or maybe queen of 10,000 moons, sister to the distant yet rising star? Is your name Yemaya? Oh, hell nah. It's got to be Oshun.
Okay.
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 I love
Mythic,
Mythic. He's talking
bigger
about
than life.
That's right. He's talking about the Orishas in a
Got
poem.
the Orishas there.
I find that I think if you
That's
read
very
that poem
sexy.
to me, I would have accepted.
That was sexy.
And that's why it made it to my favorites. It's in my playlist on my phone. Like I have it in my music selection.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I just want to.
Ooh, we got some feedback here.
Oh, what did you guys think of Diary
Diary
of a Mad Black Woman? Powerful but just I never saw Diary of a
Are we
Mad Black
talking
Woman.
about what's his name? Tyler Perry's movie?
Wait, is that I never saw it. I think
Yes.
Yeah, the Medea thing. Well,
I'm gonna look it
I
up.
had
No,
to
it
see
wasn't
that.
Medea. Not
It
Medea.
wasn't. So well, there is a Medea one.
Oh, okay.
So there's a Diary of a
Mad Black Woman. Yeah, that was.
But then there's this one. Oh, Tyler Perry he really made two. One with Medea, a remix, and one without. That's interesting.
Okay, so I haven't seen the one without Medea, and actually, I never saw the one with Medea. Meaning the one he used to tour around the country, Diary Mad Black Woman. That was a play that he toured.
Mhm,
That was
mhm.
very popular with Black
Kimberly
audiences.
Elise was the actress. She's really good.
Kimberly Elise is
She's talented.
crazy good. She was in Beloved. And she killed it. Playing Denver. Woo, crazy person.
Okay, but so you never saw, or you did see the play? Or
No,
you didn't.
no, I never. I was kind of
Dang.
snooty. I was snooty.
I've had my snooty moment.
You know, sometimes sometimes the snootiness lives over here, and
That's true.
you know. And at the time, I was like, oh, Tyler Perry. I don't want to see some BS because I was very serious and political, and I felt that was not political.
Yeah.
So
no,
I was snooty.
I can. Oh, maybe that was before I was born, huh?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I was gonna
Absolutely.
say, I
Because you
could've-
didn't come out until 2001.
I remember my first Medea movie I watched. I was maybe like 10 or 8. We were still in Pearl Street at our
Yeah.
old house, and I was a little traumatized. We weren't ready for everything that was about to go down. There's always a
Yeah,
little
it did-
violence against Black women in those movies. I
Yeah.
don't quite know why.
Yeah.
But I found it a little disturbing. So I've never
Yeah,
gone back.
It did take Tyler Perry's movies often take that turn. I think because he grew up in a home with domestic violence.
Oh,
Yeah. So
maybe that's just part of his script per se.
so it's just part of what he's working out. And that's why Medea is so liberating as a character in a way, because she's willing to fight anybody and she comes out unscathed. I mean,
That's
Medea
true.
went to jail and she still came out okay. And
maybe we should watch that. I think it would be funny.
maybe
We'll talk about it.
we'll talk about it.
Well,
I mean, I
Fran-
kind of feel here and there.
Fran wants to know what an Orisha is in the poem, Brother to the Night.
Yeah, so the Orisha refers to the Yoruba cosmology, Fran. So Yoruba, West African people, and that worldview, that cosmology crossed the ocean. So you'll see it in Cuba, Brazil, the US, other parts of the Caribbean. Sometimes it comes out as Santeria.
So he mentioned Yemaya is one that's goddess of the water, correct?
7 seas, 7 oceans around the planet. Yes.
And then he does a fun twist and saying you got to be Oshun.
Oshun.
And Oshun is known to be like I don't know if I'm going
Oh.
to say it correctly, the beauty queen of the waters.
Yeah, she's more like rivers.
A
I
river
think.
goddess. She's known to have like her mirror
mirror.
right here. So I guess
That was a nice one. No, that was a wise.
it's
He did it. He
smooth.
knew
It's
something.
really smooth.
He had to do a little something, something to put that
So
together.
Whoever actually wrote that poem, because it was in
Shout
the
out,
movie,
Makeda
shout
loves you.
out. Yeah, I'm interested.
Woohoo! Okay,
Okay.
but don't contact her. Thank you.
Okay, another one.
Where are we at on your list?
I don't know. I got a few more, but I have to say this one because we both really, really like it.
Okay, who?
It's not black, but always remember us this way.
Who?
Um,
Oh,
from A Star Is
you're
Born.
right. We
Yes.
do both like that. Oh my God, I forgot. I really love that. Oh
we
my
really,
God, that movie affected
love
me.
it. I'm gonna put in the chat. So you
That
guys
is
can look it
what's
up
her
on
name?
YouTube.
Who's that lady?
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga. That's Lady Gaga.
And Bradley Cooper.
And Bradley Cooper.
And it is such a
And
moving
they killed
song.
it. They killed it, much to my low expectations.
Yes.
They
I didn't-
completely blew me away.
I love a movie with a good soundtrack, especially if they're singing and the songs are good.
Oh my gosh.
Boy, does it make the movie 20
Oh my
times
gosh,
better.
it really did. And Bradley Cooper, did you see when he like your face lit up when I said Bradley Cooper? Do you like Bradley Cooper or
No.
something? I mean, really, the smile
No,
became
I know.
beaming.
I saw it. in the
It's okay
camera.
if you like Bradley Cooper. I like Bradley Cooper.
It's complex. It's complex.
It's complex. Okay, well, whatever. I wonder what your complexity is about. Mine is one of the things I think about him and Zoe Saldana. It's always in the back of my mind because I heard that he really had a hard crush on her, but she was like, nah, nah, nah. And now he blew up and he was, on People as the sexiest man alive. And he's gotten all these great roles. And, her career is like maybe in the middle.
Yeah, she's B-list. I think she's done.
She's known, right? But he blew up. And then, of course, he did that movie with Lady Gaga, which blew him even further up. But anyway, okay. Aside from that, what was I going to say? Shoot.
Well, I can move us on if you want
Oh,
because
I just want to say,
go for it.
in the Oscars, when they perform,
I thought that's what you were gonna say. The Shallows, is
Right,
what
The
it's called.
Shallows.
I thought you were
You
gonna
thought I
say
was
that.
well, the way they perform that, so obviously,
And a live
Lady-
live
live-
Oscars.
right, Lady Gaga, she's got the voice. I mean, she is the powerhouse musically, and he's an actor who sings some. There's a difference, right?
Yes.
So I love it how they arrange the song so that the powerhouse really sings the song and the actor starts it off and sets it up. But when they're performing live as an actor, what I love is how when Lady Gaga goes into her big thing, he picks up the mic stand, moves it over, and then comes and sits down beside her.
That's right.
Everybody in my family, maybe not everybody, but Makeda and my husband both know that's a sign of a good actor.
Yes.
You don't have any lines, you have no song to sing, but the way you move your body is like, I'm 100% in this scene.
Right. And I'm sure it was all stage direction, but he sold it. It was like she magnetized her voice, threw it out, and he's like, let me pull up next to you. And I thought I kind of beamed a little bit because I think about their chemistry on stage.
Yeah,
and
there's
I love
chemistry.
when
I know they're
actors
very
have
good.
chemistry.
I think they're good at
Something
faking it.
And I just think, what the hell?
Makeda doesn't think it's fake.
I just
I
don't
think
get
it's
it.
completely put
I
on.
truly do not get it. So give me a response, some of you guys. If you were an actor who was in a romance movie, would you not be able, or would you fall for your counterpart? I just think I wouldn't be able to not.
Oh, well, Ozzie Davis and Ruby Dee.
No.
So these are two Black acting legends.
Mhm.
In her book, Ruby Dee was talking about falling in love with her male protagonists in her movies. She also wrote really honestly about being a woman actor. You get married to this man. Everybody thinks you're an A couple,
Yeah.
especially in the Black community, because you are an A couple in the Black community. But as an actor, you want to keep making art, but you become a mother.
Mhm.
And there's so much pressure on mothers to mother primarily and then do your art secondly.
For sure.
So her book was really, really, really good. It was very honest about that. I really like women who talk about that because I've hit that struggle a lot. But anyway,
I've seen it.
Ruby Dee did say, part of it is you fall in love temporarily.
With your child?
No, you fall in love with your protagonist.
Oh, okay.
You were saying, do you fall in love? And Ruby D said, yeah, you do fall in love.
But you keep it professional because you know it's for the movie, is that?
I guess so, because you have a husband and kids at home, or you
Right.
have whatever
You
it
know,
is you have going on.
I think you're right, because in The Office, I listened to an interview. Jim and Pam, if you watch The Office, Jenna Fisher and John Krasinski, they talked about they do have a really special, unique relationship, and they're both separately married. So it's not love, but she's like, you will always have a special place in my heart as one of my soulmates, you know? And I think that's really, really sweet. Because that chemistry, if you've never seen The Office, Jim and Pam, their chemistry is one of a kind.
It is a very friend.
It makes, I don't know.
It's an intimacy. You're right.
It's
There's
a
an
trap.
intimacy.
You fall into it, and then you're like,
I know. Then it's
fall in
got
love, fall in
you.
love.
Yeah.
So Barb wants to know if we like The Photograph. And I know I watched that movie. Did you
Which
see
was
it?
that?
That had Issa Rae in it, and
Oh, she's married to a Latino man. Is that the one?
I don't know, but she has her own TV show on HBO, Insecure. Issa Rae, big smile.
I know who Issa Rae is, but I'm
Okay.
thinking, what is the movie The Photograph about?
Oh, it's about a photographer and Issa Rae. I forget the photographer's name. He's a really good actor. He's in Get Out. He's like
a black actor.
the guy in the very first scene that gets kidnapped and then shows up later. Whatever.
Yeah.
But he's really good. Lakeith something. And they fall in love. I personally didn't feel like there was a plot. I love to see them making out in the booth, and like seeing when I think I said this last week, when their skin is the same color and you see like steamy scenes with them, it's just like, yes, like, I don't know, it's so satisfying, because almost always in every movie ever, the woman is lighter, and that's just always how it, so just to see them the same color was really, really nice. So I think that was a win enough for me, that the movie was enjoyable. But I was actually really disappointed when it ended. I was like, what? That's it, it finished. But it was a beautiful work. I like the way the scenes were shot, for sure. I think you did see it. I swear we talked about it.
Yeah,
We'll figure it
it
out.
obviously didn't stand out for me. Something else on my list, I sent you a few things. Oh, in terms of favorite songs, love songs, this is definitely a throwback to the past. Reasons by Earth, Wind and Fire. And I sent Makeda a link to it, but because we can't play it for you because things aren't working out on that level. So, but put something in the chat or the comments if you know what I'm talking about. I will tell you that when I was a little girl, speaking of crushes, so I was 9 and I went to summer camp. I think I had to lie because you had to be 10 to get in, and I lied to get in early. But I had a crush on one of my counselors who was a tall, darker than you, but lighter than me, counselor who I assume was a basketball player. And I just had such a crush on him. And he would sing Reasons by Earth, Wind and Fire. Oh my God. The reasons that we're here. This is the 70s, of course. And it also takes me back to the days of doo-wop, of collections of young Black men singing in public spaces, trying to sound good, a cappella. It's such a and that guy whose name escapes me right now, he was my camp counselor. He was so nice.
He seems like a Benjamin. Now I could marry a Benjamin. Speaking of names, Ben,
That definitely wasn't Benjamin. It was not Benjamin.
Yeah. Okay,
but he was so nice, and I think he didn't have a crush on Bonnie, but Bonnie was another one of our counselors, and she liked that group, the Floaters. Anybody know the Floaters are? Come on, let me hear something in the chat or in the comments.
I don't.
And float on with my baby, float on. And I remember she loved that group. And there's one of the singers in that group, his name was Larry, and he would go, each floater introduced himself on this long song, and he'd go, Cancer, and my name is Larry. I like a girl who loves everything and everybody.
Yeah.
So if that's you, girl,
Yeah,
you know what to do. Let's float Float on.
You started with Cancer.
And my name is Larry.
Yeah. Larry is another name.
That's not a name you could go with.
I don't know about it.
Lawrence. Oh, I think that was a counselor's name who I liked. I think he was a Lawrence.
No, that's a good name.
Lawrence and Larry are different. But anyway, those are the days when I felt like there was a lot of Black love songs that were not about sex or power over. And Makeda and I've had this conversation before where we talk about, that happening.
Well, it's funny because when you mentioned that, I have one song on my list. The whole album is kind of all about Black love, centered around Black love without that sexual aspect, like you said.
Mhm.
And that is, again, Beyonce's Lemonade album. There's a song I really like off of there called All Night. And it's kind of, that song is all about representing her and her husband's reconciliation after he soiled the relationship by cheating. And she works through all of her emotions. She works through denial, anger. I mean, every song is amazing. One is called Pray You Catch Me. And it's all like, I just pray you'll catch me spying on you so we can talk about this. Like, wow. So already you can sense the depth that's in each song, right? And All Night is all about, like, you hurt me, but you're my soulmate and I'm going to heal you because I know you hurt me because you're hurt. And I love you that much. Can you believe it? She said, let me jump over my hurt, fix you so you can fix me, and then we'll both be cool. And so she brings a quote, she plays a quote her grandmother says at the beginning of the song, and then she finds a way to sing it and make it a melody, which I love. I love hearing Beyonce work and sing, you can make a sentence sound artistic and melodic.
Yeah, I'm ready to hear.
I know, sorry.
Tell us.
Nothing real can be threatened. True love breathed salvation into me. Every tear brought redemption, and my torturer became my remedy.
Ooh.
Nothing real can be threatened. True love breathed salvation into me. And that's something I like it. I chant it from time to time.
Nothing real
can be threatened. True love breathed salvation back into me. With every tear came redemption, and my torturer became my remedy. And that's something I don't think I've experienced that type of love before, honestly, where you're willing to jump over your own hurt that was caused by your loved one and come back. And so I want to read Barbara's question. How can one cut off love even when is that requited or requited?
I don't know.
Do you know what that
requited
means? I don't know.
No, I can't really answer that question.
Well, I can tell you, cutting off love is really hard. I don't know too much about love, but I've been dealing with somebody who we had a lot of love in our past, and our relationship technically ended 6 months ago, and we're still cutting cords, trying to be unwanted and unfulfilled. Oh, girl, I've really been there, and it's not fun. I don't say it to brag. Some people,
no, it isn't.
Yeah, it's really not.
When love is unrequited,
and it's unwanted and it's
unfulfilled,
on you,
and you still have it. I think that movie, we watched the movie last night. The name of it will come to me. It's on where is it? Is it on Amazon? I think it's on Amazon right now, and it features a Black woman director, writer. I think she starred in it, but it is all about unrequited love. And all I can say is that's an inside job. That is not about your love interest. It really is about what's happening over here.
I was going to say, and it's also that, I don't know if you're speaking of the same person. I'm speaking of the person that's loving the person that doesn't want them. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah. It's a big inside job, and it's not really, it's hard for you to be able to control what they're feeling.
Right.
So what I've done in the past is I've just kind of removed myself from their life best I could. And if they couldn't respect the boundaries that I had set, then I would need to set firmer boundaries. And that means blocking phone numbers. I mean, this is my generation that we block on social media then they can't see you. And hopefully they stop thinking about you. But if that's not going to work, then just try your best to remove yourself from their life. And I know that's not a full answer. It depends on circumstances and whatnot.
So we're a little bit over time.
Classic.
I think we got through almost all of ours. So we gave you 10 suggestions for sure combined.
For sure.
And so thanks for being with us today. And we encourage you to check out Black Girl Magic. If you
Yeah.
want to put that link in the chat again, I don't know if that's possible.
Yeah.
That's the album, which has all kinds of self-love resources for you. So please check it out, pass it on to folks. We would love to have it go viral, especially have it go viral in you. So that self-love becomes a virus inside you.
And try to write a love letter to yourself.
Yep.
I'm going to try.
Don't try, just write a sentence. Even if your love letter is only one sentence. That's good. 2 sentences. That's good.
Effort.
All right. Peace, everybody.
Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. See ya.